that place probably smelled like nothing but ass.
Speaking of ass, damn, I'm good with the segues.
Come on, man. Fuck outta here.
Someone who was ass for a large portion of his NFL career, apparently, supposedly, presumably, is no longer ass. Tim Tebow, it says here, throwing very accurate, could try out at an NFL veteran combine.
Which you shouldn't even have to do, but go ahead.
Anyway, this is a special one just for Sir Skillet over here because this is you heard of this whole man crush shit. He has a man crush on Tim Tebow.
I have no man crush on this guy. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Of all the fucking players who got shafted by the NFL, this dude fucking trumpets no one more than Tim Tebow. Matter of fact, he doesn't really trumpet anyone else. He doesn't give a fuck if any of other people got a chance.
Well, first of all, that's bullshit because when they was railroading T.O., I was like, that's some bullshit. But now T.O. is like 40 years old, so there's no way he's going to get a chance to get back in there. It was only T.O. and Randy Moss. Those two guys, I was like, yo, they did them dirty. They did them dirty on some old bullshit, some just double standard crap. But see, they were both at least like when they started shitting on Randy Moss, he was in his mid-30s. Well, I think like 33, 34, somewhere around there. And T.O. was like damn near 38 at the time, or 37 or whatever, somewhere around there, which is basically old for an NFL player. They shitted on Tebow when he was 25, 26.
And
now,
for good reason.
Tim Tebow was one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks that I've ever seen, as far as in, well, just straight accuracy. But I'm not an NFL trainer. I'm not a quarterback's coach. But my eyes told me, I was like, yo, this guy's release point. Something's wrong with his release point. And I likened it to, we used to play, we dating the shit out of ourselves. But there used to be these old video games, not even video games, these old football games where you had actual, like, little people, football players. You put them on there, you cut the shit on. We were little kids. And it would go, it would vibrate, and they would move around. And when it was time to throw a pass, they had, like, this big, two-dimensional, like, plastic man. He looks like a cardboard cutout. And you would put a sponge football on his hand, pull his hand back, and he would go, ugh. And a little football would go, and if it hit the guy in the back, it was a, complete whatever.
Yeah, I learned about this in my history class. I don't know what the
whatever the fuck he's saying. Listen, my point is, if your release point was bad, if you released it too early, it would go flying right over the person's head. If you released it too late, it would go into the floor. And Tebow was never inaccurate when it came to throwing to the left or to the right of a person. His timing was usually good. It's just this fucking guy with the ball would either skip to you 20 times like a rock, or it would go so far over your head that even a defender couldn't intercept it.
And he wonders why.
But
no one wants him.
This dude wanted to win like nobody's business, and I believe that whatever the coaching staff told Tim Tebow to do, he would do it, and he believed in his ability to somehow try to win the game. Okay? And that was the whole thing, because I suffer with bitch-assery all the time with fucking Jay Cutler with the Chicago Bears, who's garbage, straight garbage. All right? He is the worst quarterback I've ever seen. He's a complete bitch. And he should never be allowed to be even associated with football. He shouldn't even be able to walk by a fucking a bar that's showing a football game. He's a piece of shit. All right, this guy, and he has a golden arm. And you have this bum, Tebow, who can't throw the fucking ball into the ocean, standing on the fucking shoreline, but yet he wants to win. And he's willing to get coaching and get everything to get himself better. So that's why I'm like, supportive.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I'm supportive, man.
The first NFL veteran combine came and went with no Tim Tebow, but the left-handed college football analyst could show up at the next one after extensive training with Tom Brady's quarterback coach. Per Ben Volin of the Boston Globe, Tebow's been working with Tom House in Los Angeles for the past 2 years. He went from being a little inaccurate and didn't throw a whole lot of spirals to throwing very accurate and very good at spinning the ball, House said. The quarterback's coach wasn't sure if Tebow would appear at the next Veterans Combine on March 22nd in Phoenix, prior to NFL owners meeting there. But Tebow's name has been floated multiple times as a possible participant. Tebow, 27, hasn't played in the league since 2012 after being drafted in the first round by the Broncos, and after he played for his new coach John Fox and took Denver to the playoffs despite an 8-8 record. Blah 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 blah. First of all, I think the whole NFL Veterans Combine, I think that's a good thing. Hopefully, it's not just. I mean, I don't know why they would do this if they wouldn't actually consider giving people an opportunity.
Yeah, they're wasting these people's time dangling an opportunity carrot in front of their face.
As you said on numerous occasions, there's dreck at the quarterback position that's being allowed at opportunities to start.
Starters, not even backup bums.
But they also have the back. But they're given opportunities to start. You know, yeah, Vince Young. I'll say he was a pussy. He was a disgraceful bitch. I use was. Maybe he's grown up. Maybe he's realized, shit isn't as fucking dramatic and desperate a situation as he may have thought it was, which led to his bitch assery. Yeah. Maybe he's changed, but he should. But
he had a winning on the field. He had a winning percentage.
He should get an opportunity to play.
Definitely.
Like I said, I have nothing against Tebow. I don't want that beers-numb on my team unless he can play. If he can play, you're right.
Like I said, he managed to fuck them Jets up.
So what?
That's right. He managed to do that. Like I said, this dude somehow, through whatever smoke and mirrors, rushing, an occasional completion when the defense is so lulled into thinking, he's going to throw an incompletion for the 20th time, and the shit actually goes to the fucking receiver. However it happens, that motherfucker tries his ass off to win.
Sure.
And he certainly took them Jets out on a run. He's a big corn-husking field hand, big corn-cold white guy.
And what did I get him, ladies and gentlemen? What did I get him?
Got him to the playoffs.
And then? Out of the league.
Like I said,
because they saw whatever, like you said, whatever smoke and mirrors, bullshit tricks.
Yeah,
or maybe the Jets were just bums and allowed it to happen. He got tossed out of the fucking league. And
because
again,
of your form of coach and your shitty ass
like
franchise.
I said, the wizard Bill Belichick gave him an opportunity to be a backup scum. And he wasn't even good enough for
First
that.
Of all, that's completely wrong because that was, I don't know what the fuck New England did. I mean, literally, Tom Brady and this guy is totally different. If he can back up somebody that has a quarterback that's sort of mobile, so he could back up or be the third string for RG3 or Russell Wilson or somebody.
Not only is he a bum, but he's a specific type of bum, and that's why motherfuckers should fucking give him opportunities to fucking be on the fucking team and all that shit.
I don't want to hear that bullshit because that bitch ass Kaepernick, who's a bum. I don't give a fuck when anyone says he's a bum who's mobile. He can't go through no progressions.
Still threw better than Tebow. You can still turn your face all you want. He still threw better than Tebow. Now, I don't know what Tebow throws like now, but when Tebow was in this league, Kaepernick still threw better than Tebow.
Kaepernick throws fastballs straight to receivers. He does that better than Tim Tebow. You're absolutely right. As far as in his timing plays, I don't think he's good with his timing plays. He clearly can't. He couldn't put air under the ball if he threw it jumping out of a fucking plane. So he can't do that. But, whatever. Y'all fucking haters. Listen, Tebow is not.
Like I said, I hope he goes to this fucking. I hope he goes to this shit. I would love to see if this dude, because you know what? It would be a sight to see. Would this dude's fucking thirst for fucking winning, if he had some skills and his determination, that would be something to see. I just need to see the skills. Some people in this room don't need to see skills. I need to see skills.
So you don't think there's some skill? Like I said, no. First of all, which is weird, I guess his long passes were actually much better. His passes at distance and at length was much better than throwing to like 10 feet away. But then again, Eli Manning is kind of like that. He's like, I don't know what's the matter with him, like at short range. He's just not as accurate as he is up the field. But be that as it may, all I say is, if you know what the guy is, one thing I'll give Bill Belichick. There's some cheating scum over there. Tom Brady, to me, as I've said enough times, 10 years after he retires, people will actually be able to look at him and see that, well, he doesn't do these kind of passes actually well, certain passes. But Belichick was intelligent enough to go, you know what? Tom Brady cannot throw the ball touch-wise like Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees or Phillip Rivers or Peyton Manning. When he throws distance balls that go up and down, it's not so good. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to take him out of the fucking playbook. We're going to play up to what he actually does very well, and we're going to ride with that. Tebow, if you strip down all of this shit and made him, like I said, Russell Wilson has proven that you can actually play that kind of football as long as you have a good rushing game on a professional level and have tremendous success. And he would have had 2 rings if it were not for some stupid shit that happened. You understand? So, and he's not a good pocket passer at all. At all. Russell Wilson's not good when it comes to that shit. But he's effective. And that's what it all comes down to. Are you effective?
Yeah, you're right.
Tim Tebow can be effective.
For
he
the
can
last
be
5 minutes of
effective.
the game, he's going to be effective.
Oh, motherfucker, please.
But anyway, that is all. That is our show. We have to go. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully next week, our lighter side, brighter side, better side, whatever they call them, will be here. But we definitely will be, so come check us out. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Ken, Skillet Sauce, and Sanity Check. It's over. It's done.
Take care, everybody. Peace.
Later.
Step up or step away. Hey, 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 hey.
Does that have to ruin the show?
We live in Brooklyn.